Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of our Sports Card Tracker series. In our Add Card menu, we will be retrieving the values for the combo boxes, brand name, sport, valuation, and condition from tables that we have created. We originally thought that we would allow the user to add the values for these in this menu by typing the values directly into the combo boxes. We have changed our minds for this. We are going to disable the combo boxes so the users can't type in a custom value. If they want to add a custom value, they will have to go into the My Collections maintenance menu and add the values there. That being said, in this episode, we are going to add the maintenance menu set information table, where we can add a new set and the set information, which will populate our set name. If they want to add a custom value, they will have to go into the My Collection maintenance menu and add the values there. But first, we're going to correct the rookie checkbox. As you can see, Rook is still appearing to the right, and we want it to appear on the left. So in our new card menu class, we will leave the checkbox declaration as is in case the issue is fixed in later updates. Instead, we will do the following. Our content display, we will change to graphic only, and we'll create a label, and we'll call it LBL rookie card equals new label, and we're giving it the value of rookie card. And we need to change our row 4 to have 6 values instead of 4. Now if we go back to row 4, before the checkbox, we need to add our label. So LBL rookie card. Now if we compile and run this, when we look at the add new card menu, we now see rookie card before the checkbox. Now that that is fixed, let's add the menu item set information table. So in our sports card tracker class, after our condition table, we're going to add our set information table. So menu item, and we're going to call it set information table item equals new menu item, and the menu will be set information table. Now we need to add this menu to the maintenance menu. So after our condition table item, we want to add set information table item. Now we will need to add the case to the event handler. So at the bottom of the event handler, we're going to add the case, and we've called it set information table. So we're going to call set name my set equals new set name, and we're going to pass it our stage, our username, and our user password. And then we'll put a break in. Now finally, we want to add the action event menu handler to the menu item. So at the bottom of our set on action declarations, it's set information table item dot set on action menu event handler. So now we want to create the table to store the information in. So let's go to our main class, and in our constants declarations, we want to add a new field limit. So it'll be public static final int field limit 256 equals 256. So in our SCT database class, we're going to add a new string. This string will create our set table. So string set table equals create table if not exists. And we're calling our table set table. Now we're going to have 4 columns. Our first column is going to be set name. It's going to be a varchar, and it'll allow 64 characters. And we want this to be our primary key. Being the primary key means that it will be unique. So you can only have one set name and you can't have duplicates. If you try to enter a duplicate, it will give you an error. Our second column is going to be our set size, and that will be an int. Our third column is going to be set release date, and it will be a varchar with 32 characters. And our final column, we're going to call set notes, and it will be a varchar with a value of 256. Now we need to add a statement. So statement dot execute update, and we'll pass it the string set table. Now finally, we need to create the set information stage to actually input the information. So now we're going to create our set name class. To do this, right click on our package, and we want to add a new Java class, and we're going to call our class set name. Click on finish. So we're passing our constructor a username and a user password. So we need variables to contain those. So our first one, private string user name, and our second will be private string user password. Now we'll create our constructor. So public set name, and we want to accept the stage, primary stage, and then string user, and finally string pwd. So we're going to assign our username equals user, and our user password will equal pwd. Now we have to add our import for stage. So we're going to create a stage, and we're going to call it set name stage equals new stage. And we want our stage to not be resizable. So set name stage dot set resizable, and we want that to be false. We want to add a modality to our stage. So set name stage dot init modality, and we want it to be application modal. And now we want to assign an owner to our stage. So set name stage dot init owner. We'll assign that primary stage. So now we want to set a border pane for this. So border pane set layout equals new border pane, and we want to add our import. So let's set up our scene. So scene, and we're calling it set name scene. equals new scene, and we want to assign it our layout. So set layout, and our width and height will be main dot maintenance width followed by main dot. So with our set information, it's going to be a little bit bigger than our normal windows. So we're going to add a new constant. So after our maintenance large height, we're going to add public static final int maintenance extra large height equals 250. So now when we go back to our set name, we can choose main dot maintenance extra large height. Now we want to add our imports. So the reason why we have all this extra height is that we're going to have 5 rows of information. We need to have a virtual box, vbox, and we're going to call this vb set name equals new vbox, and we're giving it the value of 5. Now we'll have to add our import. So now let's set up the first row, row 1. We want to create an hbox for this row. So hbox, and we're calling it hb row 1 equals new hbox, and this will have 2 values. We'll have to add our import for our hbox. So what we want in this row is our set name. So label lbl name equals new label, and we'll give it the value of set name. We'll have to add our import, and then we'll need a text field. Text field, and we're going to call it tf name equals new text field. We'll have to add the import. So this text field is only going to, so this text field will only show 32 characters, but we can allow 64 characters for this column in our database. So we need to put in a text formatter to limit the number of characters allowed in this text field to 64, so we don't have problems entering the information in our database. So first, let's set up our column count. So tf name dot set pref column count main dot column count and 32. Now we need to set up our text formatter. tf name dot set text formatter, and we want to declare our text formatter. So new text formatter change, and we'll use the lambda expression if change dot get control new text dot length is greater than main dot field, and we want field limit 64. If it exceeds 64, we want to return null. Otherwise, return change. Now we want to add our import for text formatter. tf name dot set prompt text, and I'll use the value of 1995 96 series hockey. as our prompt text. So now we want to add the children to our hbox. So hb row 01 dot get children dot add all. We want LBL name followed by TF name. So that's our row 1. Now we need a row 2. Row 02. So in this row, we're going to have the size of our set. So hbox hb row 02 equals new hbox, and we're going to have 3 fields in here. So we're going to have a label to prompt the user to put in the set size. Label size equals new label set size. Now we want to have a second label. Label LBL card equals new label, and we're giving this the value of cards. So now we have to have a text field for them to put in the size. So text field TF size equals new text field. So now we want to make sure that the characters that are entered into our text field are numbers, and we want to limit the number of characters entered to 4. So first we'll go to our main, and we want to add in 2 new constants. So the first one, public static final int field limit 4 equals 4, and we want our column count, public static final int column count text 04 equals 4. Now we go back to our set name. We're going to create a filter, unary operator text formatter dot change, and we're calling our filter equals change. I'm passing that to a lambda expression. Now we want to create a text variable to perform our match on. So string text equals change dot get control new text. So if change dot get control new text dot length is less than or equal to main dot field limit 4, and we want to make sure that it only matches our filter. So text dot matches, and our filter will be / d star. So if that matches, we want to return the change. If it doesn't match, we want to return null. Now we have to add our import for unary operator. Oh, and we missed the brackets there. Now we want to add the text formatter to our text field. So TF size dot set text formatter new text formatter, and our text formatter is filter. So now we're going to set our preferred column count, tf size dot set pref column count, and we'll use the constant main dot column count text 4. And now we'll set our prompt text. So tf size dot set prompt text, and our prompt text will be 200. Now we want to add all of these to our H box. So HB row 02 dot get children dot add all, and we want to put these in order: LBL size, TF size, and LBL card. So now we want to set up row 3. So row 03, and we'll create an H box HB row 03 equals new H box, and it's going to have 2 containers in it. Our first container, label LBL release date equals new label release date, and we're going to have a text field tf release date equals new text field. Now we want to have the column count for this to be 32. So tf release date dot set pref column count, and we'll use the constant main dot column count text 32. And now we want to add our text formatter to make sure that only 32 characters can be added. So tf release date dot set text formatter. Now we want to create a new text formatter, new text formatter, change, and we'll pass that to a lambda expression. If change dot get control new text dot length is greater than the constant main dot field limit 32, we want to return null. Otherwise, return change. We want to set a prompt text, tf release date dot set prompt text, and our prompt text will be September 2025. Now we want to add these containers to our H box. So HB row 03 dot get children dot add all LBL release date and TF release date. And now for row 4, row 04, H box HB row 04 equals new H box, and it will have 2 containers. Our first container, label LBL notes equals new label set information. Now we want to use a text area because we're creating a large amount of text. So text area TA notes equals new text area. Now we want to have a preferred column count. So TA notes dot set pref column count, and we'll use the constant main dot column count text 32. With our text area, we have to add the import. So with our TA notes, we can also set a text formatter to limit the number of characters to 256. So TA notes dot set text formatter new text formatter change, and we're passing that to a lambda expression. So if change dot get control new text dot length is greater than the constant main dot field limit to 56, we want to return null. Otherwise, return change. Now we want to set a prompt text. So TA notes dot set prompt text, and our prompt text will be enter information about the set here. Now we want to add our containers to our HB row. The HB row 04 dot get children dot add all LBL notes followed by TA notes. And finally, row 5 will have our buttons. So row 05 hbox HB row 05 equals new hbox 2. Our first button is going to be button. OK button equals new button, and we'll give it the text OK. We'll have to add our import for the button. Now we have to set the action event for the button. So OK button dot set on action. Now we want to add the action event, and we're calling it OK event. Pass this to a lambda expression. So we have to add our import for action event. Now pressing the OK button will commit the information to the database. So we need to create a query string. String query equals insert into set table. And we want to insert information into the set name column, set size column, set release date column, and set notes column. And then we want to give it the values. So our first value would be the name. So tf name dot get text followed by tf size dot get text plus then we want to get the release date, so tf release date dot get text followed by our TA notes dot get text, and we'll end the query. So now we'll put in the code to add information to the database. So we're going to create a variable sct database set name query equals new sct database, and we're going to pass it our username, user password, and our query we just created. So now we need a try catch. So try set name query dot connect to database, and we'll send it the value execute query. Now if there's an error, we want to catch it, so catch exception ex. Now we want to print out the error system.err.print line, and we'll send the message error adding set name information to set table system.err.print line error, and we'll print the error ex.toString. And now we want to clear the fields. So tf name dot clear tf size dot clear tf release date dot clear ta notes dot clear. We want to give the focus back to the name, so tf name dot request focus. Now we want to set the size of our OK button. OK button dot set max size, and we want to use 150 by 50. So now we want to work on our second button close button equals new button close. Now we want to set the action event close button dot set on action. We want to declare our action event, so action event close event, which will pass to a lambda expression. Now we want to get the stage, so stage equals, now we're going to cast this to a stage, close button dot get scene dot get window, and now we want to close that window, so stage dot close. Now we want to set our button size. Close button dot set max size, and we want it to be 150 by 50. So now we want to add these children to our HB row. But first, HB row 05 dot set alignment, and we want that to be center. Now HB row 05 dot get children dot add all, and we want to add these in order. So we want our OK button first. So OK button followed by close button. And finally, we want to add all of our rows to our VBox. Add HBox to VBox. VB set name dot get children dot add all. And we want to put these in order. So HB row 01 followed by HB row 02, HB row 03, HB row 04, HB row 05. Now we want to set our alignment. VB set name dot set alignment, and we want that to be top center. Now we want to add our VB box to our layout. So set layout dot set center VB set name. Now we want to set our stage information. Set name stage dot set title, and our title will be maintenance menu add set information. Now we want to add the icon. Set name stage dot get icons dot add new image, and our image is at com/more/resources/maintenance icon dot png. We have to add our import for image. And now we want to add our scene to our stage. So set name stage dot set scene, and our scene is set name scene. And finally, we want to show our stage. So set name stage dot show. Now if we compile this and run it, first we need to add our new table. So file new. That will have added our set information table, and we can check that by going to services, sports card tracker, tables, and we have our new set table here. So if we go to our maintenance, we can now see set information table, and if we click on that, we see our new maintenance menu, add set information. So we're going to add a set, but first I want to view our data. So as we can see, there's no information in our table. The set I'm going to add is 2025 score treat football. Now this set has 400 cards, and the release date is September 5th, 2025, and we'll enter the text. The cards feature Halloween themed accents and are framed with one of four borders. Base pumpkins, and there can be 399 that have bats, 99 that have trick or treat, and we have 31 with the new web design. Now we click on OK, and that will update the information to the database, and everything is cleared afterwards. Set name gets focused. We can press close, and it will close the window. Now if we go back to our set table, view data, we can now see our information. So that's it for episode 13. In episode 14, we will populate the values for brand name, sports, set name, variation, and condition. In preparation for episode 14, I will add a few set names.